And this morning we're talking all about natural hair. Have you recently began your natural hair journey, or are you thinking of getting involved in all of that? Well, we have some experts who are going to break that down for us. I'll let them go ahead and introduce themselves, starting with you, Niyati. Go ahead.
Hi, my name is Niyati Patel. I'm the managing director and the co-founder of Marini Naturals.
All right.
Yeah, I'm here to talk about natural hair, how to enjoy it and how to rock it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Karibu Sana.
And I am Joyce Mena. I am an actress and a Marini brand ambassador.
Okay.
Yes.
Great. Thank you both for being here.
Thank you.
Niyati, I'll start with you. For someone watching who might think, what does she know about natural hair? She does, you know, her hair
It's not like
ours.
You know, I was actually expecting that question, Joyce. So, when we initially began Marini Naturals, I had no idea, I'll be very honest with you. I thought all hair types are the same,
Right.
Everything happens the same way, how you shampoo your hair is the same, and then I understood that there are always different hair types to everyone, yeah? So you have, mine is 2A hair, then you have, so it grows from there, your curl pattern changes from there, so you go from 1A all the way to 4Z. So African hair actually falls between 3A to 4Z hair, which is curlier, kinkier, coilier.
Okay.
Yeah, so everything with natural hair, natural African hair, the regimen is very different from Indian hair, and I got to learn that through my research, 3-year research actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. How long have you been natural?
Since 2013.
Since 2013.
Yeah.
And what prompted you to sort of, I call it a journey because it's
Yes.
quite, you know, it's quite involving. It's not just,
It's
you know, waking
very-
up in the morning and being like, I think I want my hair natural today.
Yeah.
It's a whole process.
For me, it just happened. Like the less I used relaxer, the more I liked my hair. So I just stopped using relaxer. Yeah, like for me it wasn't for, oh, I want to be a natural. I didn't even know it wasn't a trend back then. Like I didn't even know about products or anything. I just liked how my hair looked. When it wasn't relaxed, it was fuller, it was healthier. So I just stopped relaxing my hair.
I want to go through a couple of myths and misconceptions that people have about natural hair. That idea that natural hair is something that needs to be corrected, or something that is unprofessional, or something that needs to be straightened. And I don't know where all of these misconceptions came from, but it's something that we were kind of taught, okay, at some point you're going to go professional, you're going to get your hair straightened. Where did all that come from, do you think, in our culture?
I think it all started when, I think it came by the boat, by the way, when the whites came, and I'm not trying to be racist, but I'm just trying to give an example. When people of straighter, you know, hair came to Africa, they made, it actually came in and it made you look really bad, or it made you feel like your hair is not good enough. However, you know, I was just thinking while driving to Citizen today, that if it was the other way around, if Africans went to the States or the UK and colonized them, and we had the hair the way it is right now, you know, they'd love our hair. So I think that myth needs to go. When Michelle first went natural and I saw her hair, you know, I was absolutely blown away. I think it's the most beautiful hair I have ever seen in my life. If I could do that, I could have it, honestly. And I'm not just saying this, since I was very young. I mean, I grew up in a public school in Kericho, and I'd see all these girls and come with kinky hair, and I'd go home and tell my mom, Mom, how come my hair is not like that? You know, I wish it could be like that. So that myth of you need to relax your hair to look more professional, need to leave this country or Africa in general. I think we need to empower, we need to take in what we have and be proud of it.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that's important, and something else perhaps that we need to have a conversation about is the damage that these chemicals are doing to our hair. Because let me tell you, somebody should have sat me down 15 years ago and told me what all of the, you know, because I just thought it's normal for everyone to relax their hair.
Yeah, it was so normal. Because like everyone needs to relax their hair.
Exactly. And do the tight, tiny micro braids, and you didn't know the damage that it was doing to your hair.
Absolutely.
So maybe, did you have that type of experience where?
Actually, for me, the reason why I didn't even relax my hair, it's my mom who relaxed my hair because it was too much work to deal with my natural hair. She was like, I don't have time to wake up, comb your hair, take you to school. So she just relaxed my hair, and I got used to seeing my hair that way. So it wasn't until when I was older and I was like, oh, there's a choice for me not to relax my hair. And it actually looks better, then that's when I stopped.
I finally got to a point, I think it was about 2 years ago, where the damage was too much on my hair to shave my hair. like bald. Like I was just like, I'm done.
Gosh.
I'm done with this. Like I can't. But nobody tells you those things when, you know, earlier on. So I think that's an important discussion
But I think
to have
it's
as well.
these days it's easier to maintain your natural hair than it was initially.
Yeah.
Because you have products to help you detangle your hair, to to help you maintain it throughout the time. Instead of you going to the salons, you have products that you can use to
home.
Yes, exactly, a what is it
DIY.
called? DIY. Yes,
Yeah, so
DIY
let's talk about those that initial set of products that you need, because there's so much information on the internet. We get lost and don't know.
Yes.
You know, because there are some people who completely cut the relaxer off like I did. There are people who transition it slowly.
Yes.
What's the proper way to go about that?
So the best way I think, for someone to maintain their natural hair at home is very simple, yeah? You need to have a really good shampoo, especially a sulfate-free shampoo that doesn't wash off the oils in your hair. Then you need to have a Loc Method, products that will use a Loc Method, which is very easy. It's liquid, oil, and creams. So once you shampoo your hair, use a moisturizer, yeah, to moisturize your hair. Use an oil-based product that will seal the moisture in your hair, which will leave it healthy, shiny, moisturized throughout the day, and then seal that with a cream method. You can style that. So for the next 3 days, your hair will be the way you've done it. It will maintain the coils. It will give it it will keep it healthy, moisturized, and actually looks very good and shiny.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'd like to hear about when you were starting out and growing your hair out naturally. Did you kind of transition into it? Did you know which products to buy? What was it
For me,
like?
I just transitioned. I actually didn't use products per se. I just stayed with a lot of protective styles like braiding, and actually mostly braiding or wigs and weaves, just so that I can protect my hair from, because dealing with natural hair, I didn't know how to deal with it then. It was so much. So I only started out with like the basic stuff, like coconut oil stuff you can find in the kitchen. That's how I started.
Okay.
Because I was like, this stuff works not only for like eating, but you can use it on hair as well. So I just started with olive oil and coconut oil. Just make sure your hair is always moisturized, because my hair is very, very thirsty. Like it gets dry really quickly. So for me, I always made sure my hair is moisturized, and I always had something to seal in the moisture.
Yeah,
Basically.
you mentioned protective hairstyles.
Yes.
Perhaps you can define what that is for people who might not be aware.
Yeah, so protective hairstyle is something that I think most naturals do when they don't want to leave their hair open. So you can do either braiding or crocheting, which is really great. So, because I know how it is maintaining natural hair on the daily, like you have to keep, refreshing your hairstyle every 2 or 3 days, and it does get a bit tiring and overwhelming after a while. So protective styling is when you braid your hair. However, it is very, very important that when you're protective styling your hair, you don't pull the hair too tight, because what happens is when you do that, it kind of damages your hair follicles and you start getting patches of baldness, you know. So when you're protective styling, whoever is styling you, or if you're doing it at home, make sure that the hair is looser towards your scalp, so that it grows healthier and it maintains the hair follicle.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is the rule as far as heating appliances are concerned when it comes to natural hair? I know those are something that can be damaging if overused, but do you use any heat on your hair at all?
I avoid it as much as possible. Like I haven't straightened my hair in like 6 months, like with a blow dry.
Yeah.
So I usually do it's a stretching method. Like if I want my hair to be longer so that I can braid it, I do a stretching method. So try, if you have to use heat, try not to use it more than twice a month. That's what that's what I usually do. But if you can go longer, it's much better. Yeah.
Yes, you're talking about different hair textures and things like that, hair types, I guess.
Yes, hair types.
Before one decides to go natural, what are the steps that I need to know my hair type in order to know what different products to use?
So each hair type requires different products. For example, my hair type, because it's a bit straighter, I don't need products that are very oily, because it will leave my hair oily, right? So from 3A to 4Z hair is what I'd categorize as natural African beautiful hair, right? So women who have 3C to 4C hair, 3A to 4C hair, they're looser curl patterns, so they don't need very heavy products, for example, cream-based products. that you'd rather use liquid-based products like gels, right? So you can use a spritz, a moisturizer, and a gel that will work perfectly for you. Those hair types will go well with a wash and go. So if you shampoo your hair, apply gel, and you can walk out of the house. From 4A to 4C hair, they require more oil, more cream-based products, right? And they dry out a little faster. So you use products that are cream-based, for example, curling butters, oil shea butter, what do you call oil, coconut oil. So you can use those products to style your hair.
And how does one establish which number of, you're talking about the 4As and Cs and things like that?
Right. So you mean the type of hair?
The type of hair.
Okay, so if you compare 4C hair, they're very, very kinky. 4C, 4Z, 4C, very, very kinky. When you compare it to a 4A hair type, it's slightly less kinkier. So you'll see your hair is slightly fluffy. You can see the coils a little more.
Okay.
For 4Z, it's very difficult to see the coils, and there you can see the shrinkage is slightly more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's something that I would be able to come maybe consult with you about.
Absolutely.
And so you can tell me what types of products I need in my hair. What is I'm curious to know what your day-to-day routine is like right now for your hair, because one thing that people think of when they think of natural hair, too much work, too much maintenance, I don't have the time.
It depends on how much time I have. Like if I know I'll have a busy week, I'll do something like this, where you just hold your hair up and move on with your life. Like this style can last for a week. If I keep it moisturized and just use either a gel or just something to hold it down, because I haven't used anything on my hair for the past 2 days, and it's remained like this.
Yeah.
So if I have time is when now I can do the twist outs and the braid outs, so that I can have the.
Do you do those yourself?
Yeah.
You've learned how to do those.
It takes time. You need patience. Like wash day is it's a ritual. It's a full day ritual. Like you need to take a whole day off to do a wash day. So yeah, when you have time is when you do the twist outs and the bantu knots. But if you don't have time, personally for me, my daily routine is either a bun, a single bun, or double bun.
Right. What about at night before you go to bed? What's that ritual like?
There's no ritual. It's just either a silk scarf or a silk bonnet, so that you can maintain the moisture in your hair throughout the night. Yeah.
You've talked about wash days. How often is it that you wash your natural hair?
I try and do it twice a week. I mean, twice a month. Sorry, not twice a week. That's a lot. Twice a month. Yeah. Every 2 weeks.
Right.
Yeah.
Back to you, for people who, because there's a lot of blogs about naturalistas, and there's so much information online. And you try to go through it and you get confused, but there are people who are just having difficult journeys trying to go natural, and they're saying, man, this isn't what I thought it would be. It's not all glow and curls and everything like that. What are they doing wrong, and what type of advice do you give someone who's just having a difficult journey there?
Yes, I think I've come across my friends as well who've gone through that, and my best advice is, you'll have bloggers and you'll have YouTubers who have gorgeous, gorgeous hair with different curl patterns, and you want to be that and you want to look like that. But remember, not everyone's hair is the same. Okay, so the routine that a blogger or a YouTuber uses will not necessarily apply to you. So for you to learn your natural hair and your natural hair journey, you need to be very, very patient. You will not wake up, be natural, and understand everything at a go. You have to learn throughout the month, right? So sometimes you'll use products that will not work for you, or sometimes you'll do a protective style that is not working and your hair is not reacting the way it's supposed to be, or the product that you'll use will not come out bomb the way you see it on YouTube. So you have to be very patient. You have to understand your hair. You have to learn from scratch how your hair will behave. Like, I'll give you an example. There are some people whose hair loves coconut oil, but some people, coconut oil doesn't work for them at all, So that's a process that you learn when you go through the journey. Yeah,
and I've heard of people who do sort of like diaries, natural hair diaries. And that helps you, I think, better understand this works today, my hair felt good or looked good, or, was shiny today.
And I think I'd also add that you have to give products time to get acquainted to your hair, or your hair get acquainted to the product. So if you probably buy a new product and it doesn't work the first go, give it a try 2 or 3 times. Make sure that it doesn't work 2 or 3 times. Because what happens is hair takes time to understand and to take in products. So you have to be very, very patient.
Right.
Yeah.
What is the biggest misconception you've heard people talk about when they talk about natural hair?
I think what you were mentioning, that that it's not professional, it doesn't look pretty, it doesn't, which I don't think, for me, I've never looked at natural hair and been like, no, that's not pretty, I can't do that. I've actually looked at that and I'm like, wow, you can actually rock that, you're confident, you know?
Yeah.
So who told you natural hair is not professional? Who told you natural hair is not pretty? I think that's the biggest myth I've had so far.
Yeah.
And I don't believe it.
I think it's just about learning how to take care of your hair, regardless of what style you're rocking or whatever it is.
Exactly.
If you're neat and tidy and
exactly, as long as you're neat and tidy, that's true.
The point.
Because you can have a weave, you can have relaxed hair that also looks a mess.
Bad.
Yeah, it's true.
Exactly.
And you can rock an afro and it's perfectly neat. You know.
So at Marini Naturals, you guys have been around since 2015.
Yes.
What do you feel that you've brought to natural hair, to the industry here in Kenya?
Okay, so when we initially began Marini Naturals, we had no idea it would be what it is today. So we decided to bring in products that are affordable, that are quality, and that can work for a lot of women here in Africa. It's Michelle who actually came up with most of the formulations, you know. I'd say it's an African woman who's formulated a product for an African woman. So she understands hair, she understands natural hair, she knows what will work for hair. So what she's put in this product, what we've put, is all the ingredients, or most of the ingredients that will work for you, that will work for natural hair. So it's a local brand. It's affordable. You don't have to go and buy products that are 2,000 or 3,000 shillings. It's pocket friendly. So when you use the products, I think it would most probably work for you. Yeah.
For people who want to find out more information or see what type of products you have, where can they find that?
They can definitely go to our website. Our website is up and running currently. It has all the information. We're on Instagram and Facebook. I think that's where we actually grew, and that's where most of our information is. And we also have a contact number that they can call.
So they can just look up Marini Naturals.
They can look up Marini Naturals,
pages.
yes.
Word of advice to someone who's just starting out their natural hair journey, like you were years ago, feeling a little
patience. Patience, no, like for real, you really need patience, because like any journey in life, you're gonna fail. And you're going to have days where like maybe it's not worth it, but you just need patience. Because trust me, even when I was starting out, like I used to try and look for like YouTube
videos
tutorials, and there weren't that many, and the ones I used to try weren't working because my hair wasn't the same as theirs, and had to figure out my hair isn't the same as theirs. That's why it's not working. So you need patience.
Yeah. One thing I've gathered from this conversation is moisturize.
Make sure
your hair has moisture in it.
Absolutely.
I'm thinking back to a time I decided to go natural one weekend, and I just bought a bunch of stuff online. And it all came, and I just was like, you know, put it on my hair, all of it, and then for a week, and then I was just like, it's not working for me. So the patience thing.
Yeah, you have to be very patient.
All right, well, that's all the time we had this morning, but thank you both for coming through and talking to us about your natural hair journeys and some of the products that people should check out if they're beginning that process.
Thank you so much for having me.